Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This stream is totally and completely unscheduled, so we will see if anybody shows up. But it's not exactly like we've got people knocking on the door waiting to come in whenever I do things like this. So, that's kind of a hallmark of ADHD type of planning. Putting something on the calendar is really difficult because it's hard to say if we're going to stick to it or not. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. Right now, I'm just going ahead and I am clearing our cards so that we can do some tarot readings here today in this live stream. Be so great when people come in that I can read the tarot for them. And so we're just going to have some fun today, get to know some new people and just chill, just sit back. I love to read tarot cards. I've been reading since 2012 and brings me a lot of satisfaction to be able to help people find the information they need to make decisions that are important to them moving forward. So that's kind of what I'm all about. All of my readings are really just to help you be able to move forward more productively in your life. Thank you for that thumbs up. Who is that? Cheryl Ford. Hello, hello. It has been a while, my friend. How are you today? How's life been treating you? La da 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 da. Glad to see you here. Glad somebody came in. You never know since I don't schedule these things. What's going to happen? I'm glad to hear that you're good. I'm fantastic. I'm still doing my 5 a.m. meditations and doing some advertising, trying to get more people to show up for them. I've got a lot more subscribers on the channel because of that, but so far nobody's actually showed up for the meditation yet. It's all good though, it's serving a purpose. It'll grow when it's time to grow. It is a good day. Absolutely. All right, so let's do our best manifestation advice to get us kicked off. Best manifestation advice for today is okay, we've got 3 cards down. We're starting off with the Strength card. And this talks about focus on the things that we're good at on this one. It says we've got a pretty good idea of what our self-esteem is. We've got a pretty accurate idea of what we're good at, what we're not good at. This is a good day to focus on those things that we're good at. Looking at the 8 of Wands, it's not necessarily a day to be doing a lot of chit-chatting and talking. It's a day to be focusing on what we're good at and really kind of having our heads down, focusing on that. We're not talking a whole lot as we're doing this, not allowing ourselves to be distracted by little short surfacey messages here and there. And at least that's the advice. And the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. There's a few ways this is hitting me. So this is going to be different for different people. Some people who come in later are going to receive this different than what it is coming in right now for me. But this 10 of Pentacles in reverse says that when we focus on whatever it is that we're good at, when we really put our heads down and we're not doing a lot of outside communication as we're focusing on that thing, there may be somebody in our immediate sphere of influence, our immediate family, our immediate tribe, who starts to feel a little bit like, oh, what's going on? And that very well could be because we're not focused on them. We're focused on what we're good at. We're not talking to them so much because we're busy focusing on what we're good at. And so the heads up, if we want to manifest, we really do need to put our heads down and just focus on that project that's important to us that we want to move forward with. And at the same time, we also need to be aware that people are going to have reactions. And honestly, that's kind of normal. If we're doing anything different than what we've done it before, people will have reactions. They'll be taken a little bit off guard. So it's just a heads up to know that that could happen. It's not even saying it's a bad thing. Maybe they should be having a reaction. Maybe they should be figuring out how to do things on their own. I don't know what's going on with the light on my camera. The light in this room is not changing, I promise you. So let's see. Anybody in the room that would like a message from Spirit today? Today. I always have my attitude always comes up so much when I come online. I love it. Anybody want a message from Spirit today? Cheryl Ford. Or if you have a question, if you want me to answer a single question for you, I'll be happy to do that too. Let's see. Cheryl. First in line. Anybody else? Anybody else want a message? We've got an observer here who wants to see, what are these messages like? You're welcome to observe. It's all good. Okay, so Cheryl, let's see what your message is today. Cheryl Ford. All right, we have the first two cards are going to be your topic. And then the next three cards are going to be your best advice or heads up around the topic. Those of you who are not familiar should know messages of the day can talk about something that Spirit wants to bring up from the past, from the present, or from the future. Obviously, if it's in the future, you're not going to recognize it right off the bat. Past or present, you should be able to recognize it. Okay, so let's see what we have. I'm going to talk about it as if it's present because the cards are on my table right now. So, Cheryl, what you have showing up here is the Knight of Cups, which is covered by, this is sweet energy, the Four of Wands. Four of Wands talks about home or family, tribe members, people that are family, even if they don't share blood with us. And this Knight of Cups covered by the Four of Wands just tells me that you're doing something that makes you feel a little bit pampered or feels a little luxurious and sweet with somebody who is in your maybe who lives with you in your home, possibly, although I don't know that you have a roommate, or with your family member or tribe member, a family or tribe member. So doing something sweet with somebody who you would consider family, whether they share blood with you or not. Okay, so let's look at your best advice or heads up around this. La da da da. What do we see? Cheryl, do you have a new person or is this about your son? I'm so curious. We have the King of Wands coming up here. King of Wands talks about somebody. I think this is somebody that that is part of your tribe that you're doing this action with, this sweet or pampered action. King of Wands is somebody who thinks outside the box, doesn't let culture or society tell them how they should run their life or what they should do. Very creative. And when he's the king, he's got a little experience under his belt, or he's an old soul, but he makes some pretty solid decisions here. Okay. So that's who I see you interacting with for this, Miss Cheryl. Anybody else who has a question? Oh, yes. You may ask one question. I'll answer one question for you here. And let's see, your next card. Oh, you have the King of Cups showing up in reverse. You have two people showing up. Now I'm actually looking at your cards a little bit more. All right. So when you have the King of Cups showing up in reverse, this is somebody who is not very happy. Are these the same people? No, two different people. Okay, so I think you're doing something sweeter that feels luxurious or pampered with more than one person, but they're both out of your tribe. But you've got one person that's feeling a little sulky and one person that is just up for the adventure. I think Mr. Sulky has his or her mind changed before it's all said and done, because at the end of it, we've got the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands just says that you're being appreciated for what you actually have accomplished. So maybe you've been planning with this Knight of Cups. Maybe you've actually been planning like somebody's anniversary celebration. Maybe they're hitting their 50th anniversary or something like that. I don't know. There's something going on having to do with family or tribe. In the end, you're appreciated for the work that you're putting into whatever this is. So we like that. So there's a sulky person in there. There's always somebody in everybody's family, right? And there are people who are happy to be along for the adventure as well. And in the end, you end up being appreciated for your part in the whole situation. I hope that makes sense for you. If it doesn't yet, give it a couple of days. maybe 2 weeks at the most. Okay, so let's see. We have Styles U2E. What's coming in career this week for new opportunities? You're quite welcome. Thank you, Cheryl. What's coming in career this week for new opportunities in the banking industry open to different departments? I want to see if there's any interviews. Okay, so we got to boil down your question, honey. Your question's a little bit all over the place. What's coming in the career in banking industry? We've got a lot there. What's coming in the banking industry that could be related to career? Could be one way that I could read that. And you're open to different departments. So what is coming up in different departments in the banking industry? Whoa, that's overwhelming. So I like this last part. I want to see if there's any interviews. So I'm assuming you're looking to switch up jobs when staying within the banking industry. Let's see if you get offered any interviews this week. What's your first name, honey? Because I like to use first names to connect. We did have some flippers. We have the Justice card, and we also have the Seven of Swords. Justice card talks about somebody making a decision. Right now, I'm not sure if that's you or if that's an employer, interviewer type person. Seven of Swords in reverse would talk about coming back to the scene of the crime. So there may be somebody who is reconsidering something there. Either you're reconsidering some type of job thing or they're reconsidering you. But I want to see, are there any interviews coming for this person? What's your first name again? I really like to have your first name to connect. And I know there's a delay, so I'm just trying to kill time until I can see your first name before I actually pull these cards. Tiendra. Okay, that's a beautiful name. Oh, it's okay. Here's what I think about that. I think it's my job to make sure that we ask Sacred Spirit using the cards the question that's going to get you the information that you actually want and actionable information where possible. You know, where we're looking for something actionable. I want something empowering for you. So my job is to sort through all of the many questions and thoughts you have going around in your brain that you threw up onto the keyboard and figure out, okay, what am I looking for? What is the bottom line here? That's not the word I was looking for, but what is the real deal that you want to know? So that's my job, to do that for you. So I'm not complaining when I'm telling you that your question's all over the place. I'm just telling you that's why I'm going to consolidate things and try to get to the real deal, what we really want to know. So anyway, is Tiendra going to be asked to interview for any new job opportunities this week that are in the banking industry? In any department. We're open to any department. This week, I don't think you're getting any interviews this week. However, I think you're doing some networking this week, honestly. And the reason I say that is because my very first card that comes up is the Eight of Cups. This talks about working. So I think you've already got a job, and I think you're working it this week. The Eight of Swords in reverse is my breakaway or my breakup card, and it talks about the idea of being stuck thinking in circles, and we're breaking out of that. And so this tells me that you're taking off some kind of limitations that you still have on yourself regarding the idea of work or the banking industry and what you're willing to work. We have the Three of Cups here right in the middle of the spread. This says you're doing some networking. You're talking to somebody who may have access to some opportunity that you wouldn't have otherwise. Eagle Monday. Glad to see you back, honey bunny. Once you talk to this person, we've got the Seven of Cups showing up. This just means there's actually lots of options. It seems like once you do the networking, you're starting to see, oh, there's lots of options because you've kind of opened up your gates here where you had some limiting beliefs. And then we see you ending with the 10 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Pentacles talks about, usually people would say family security, but in this case, I feel like this is like workplace security. It's like, I think what this is your networking is what leads you to lots of options, whether that's networking with a person or whether it's going to an event, gives you lots of options as far as in the banking industry. And with the 10 of Pentacles, I think that you end up with an option where you really like the people that you work with, and it feels like a stable environment and a stable situation. And if you ever want a longer reading with me where we really dig in, you can always check out my website, which is my first name, Amista.info. There is no .com there. It's Amista.info. It has been a while. I'm so glad to be around. You want a message from Spirit? Sure. Thank you. I was like, it's either Melissa or Alyssa. Okay, Melissa. You're quite welcome, Tiandra. All right, let me put Melissa down on my little list here. You only spell it with one S? Okay. Learn something new every day, right? You can be on the list. What is your first name, honey? Okay, Melissa, what do we have for you, my friend? My friend. Message from Spirit for Melissa. Okay, Melissa, what do we have? Here's the situation Sacred Spirit wants to talk to you about. And just a reminder for those of you who are new in the room, well, not a reminder for the new people, reminder for the older people, and clarity for the new ones in the room. First two cards are going to be your situation Sacred Spirit wants to talk to you about. This could be the past, the present, or the future. If it's the future, you're not going to recognize it. If it's the past or the present, obviously you will. I am going to talk about it as if it's the present because I don't know what time it is. And you will have to make that adjustment in your mind as you hear me communicating to you. Okay. How do you say your name? How do you say your name and how do you go by? Like, what do your friends call you? That's what I would like to use as we do our reading. What do your friends call you? I'm assuming I'm already your friend. Did you notice that? All right. So back to Melissa. What we have showing up for your situation is the Seven of Cups coming up in reverse, covered by the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, this is funny, Melissa. Oh, okay. So guess what? This card talks about focusing. Oh, I'm so focused on something. I've picked what makes my life a little bit better, and I'm focusing on one thing that would make my life a little bit better. I figured out what that would be, and I'm focusing on it. Now you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and this says that you have decided, and remember, I don't know if this is past, present, or future, but you have decided that not working would make your life better. Not working. If you did not have to go to work, your life would be so much better. I bet you there's a zillion people that would agree with you on that one. J-O. Sounds like us. Okay. O-K-Z-H. Zo. Oh, Zao. Zao. I hope I'm saying that right. Okay, Zao. Thank you. All right, so let's get back to Melissa's message here. What we have for your best advice or your heads up around this idea of focusing on not working. I love it. We have the 10 of Cups coming up in reverse, which says, wow, I'm really not happy not working. We have the Magician coming up in reverse, which says, wow, I'm really not manifesting the things I want to manifest. Not working. Okay, I shouldn't be laughing. I've just never seen a message like this before. It's hitting my funny bone. Two of Pentacles. This talks about things falling through the cracks. So here's the thing. Do you know what executive dysfunction is? Hello there, friend. So I'm going to tell you what executive dysfunction is. Executive dysfunction is common in people who have ADHD, actually, but not just them. And executive dysfunction is when you know that you want to do something, but you can't make yourself do it. And hear what I'm saying. You really want to do this, whatever it is, but you can't make yourself do it. You just cannot stop playing that video game and go do that thing, or get out of bed and go do that thing that you want to do or that you want to get accomplished. Okay, that's executive dysfunction. I think that's what I'm looking at here. Because look, we are very, very focused on not working, on not getting things done, on not doing any accomplishments that we normally would want to do. That's what we see here. This being very focused on not working, on not getting anything done. Now, the reason I think it's executive dysfunction, other than vacation, is because you're not happy about it. You've got the 10 of Cups. This is not making you very happy. You've got the Magician. You feel very frustrated because you're having a hard time moving forward. And you've got the Two of Pentacles, which says things are getting dropped because of this executive dysfunction, because of this focus on not working, not doing your things, not functioning in everyday life. All right? So, does this make sense to you so far? Logan, that is not the same. This is when you want to do something, but you can't make yourself do it. You don't want to do the dishes. That's different. Okay. So here's the thing. Now you have a tool. Now you have a tool in your toolkit. Now you know that to understand what's going on with you, you should research executive dysfunction. And I will tell you that executive dysfunction many times is driven by dopamine levels that are off. And there's a lot of different factors in dopamine levels being off. But we think of dopamine as the reward chemical that's in our body. And to a certain extent, that's true. But actually, what it is it's the motivating chemical that's in our body. It's the idea of looking forward to getting something accomplished is what actually gets us motivated to go do that thing. But if we have low dopamine in our body, we don't have that motivating chemical that says, let's get off the couch and let's go do this work project or do this thing that I told them that I would do for the PTA or whatever. And it can be pretty crippling depending how bad it is. So I would say start educating yourself on what executive dysfunction is, how it works, what you can do about it, so that you can come back from it. Because if you don't do it, it can get pretty bad. And I am speaking from total experience. And I'm going to tell you something else too. A lot of people, a lot of females, because we produce so much estrogen in our bodies as we are going through our maiden and our mother stage, we can have ADHD, but it's buffered by all that estrogen, and so we won't see symptoms of it. And then if you happen to be hitting perimenopause, or if you're in menopause and you're getting executive dysfunction and you're starting to notice that staying focused on one thing is not such a thing for you anymore, you may actually have ADHD that's never been diagnosed before. And I'm not speaking as a doctor. I'm speaking because that has been my journey in these past few months, has been discovering that. And so that can cause a lot of really heavy duty executive dysfunction that is different, and it kind of creeps up on you if it comes on, starts during perimenopause and just creeps and creeps. And if you also have other circumstances that you're attributing to, oh, well, I'm not doing things because of this thing going on in my life or that thing going on in my life, then it really gets to creep in. And pretty soon you have a hard time doing normal life and you don't even know where it came from, but it came in slow. You got boiled like the frog, really slow. And so now the job is to figure out what you're going to do to get out of it. Some people use hormone therapy. Some people do other things. Like I like to take a walk pretty early after I get up. I also make sure that I get iron. I used to be pre-anemic, or I've been borderline anemic. Now I make sure I get enough iron. I'm not borderline anemic anymore. That helps a lot with dopamine. So there's a lot there that can be done about it. The problem with this is that those of us who are females who never got diagnosed with this, when it hits with the perimenopause and then the menopause, we don't even know what we're dealing with. We don't know what we're fighting. We don't even know we're fighting something in the beginning. And so what do? We just keep trying to self-discipline our way out of it. And that's not how the brain works. And that's not going to work against that. So you have lots of research to do. And if you would like to reach out to me, I am I won't say I'm completely free of the problems, but I'm definitely coming into a place where I have figured out how to kind of claw out of it for the most part. And I am making progress on that. And I would be happy to share some of the things that I have done if you want to give me a call sometime. And once again, of course, I'm not a doctor or a therapist. I'm just speaking from my own personal experience. Okay, Logan Daniel. I'm assuming Daniel's your first name. And oh, wait, you're not next. Next is Zhao. But you can be after Zhao. Okay, did Zhao ask me a question or just want a message? Let's see. Zhao, did you ask me a question? It looks like, I think you did, but I think you retracted that message. Okay, let's define soon. What is soon? Within 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 1 day, 20 minutes? What is soon for you? Da, da. 30 days. Okay. Are you an IT? Are you an IT person? That seems like a very technical answer. 30 days. All right. Will Zhao have a girlfriend by the time 30 days from right now goes by? I would say no. You're a PE teacher. Okay. Well, I bet you count your days for that too. All right. So I would say no. Let's look at this a little bit. First of all, we see you kind of holding back. Like you're not exactly open to having a girlfriend, even though you're asking about it. You probably are thinking, ooh, that's a lot of trouble. I don't know if I want that responsibility. It's kind of like me when somebody asks me if I want a cat. I don't want to be responsible for the cat. I think that's the way you're feeling about relationships. I don't want to be responsible to a person. All right. Now, we have the star card coming up here. And the star card just says that you're holding back because You're healing up from something already in the past. That's really why you're holding back. It's not that you don't want the responsibilities. You're holding back because you're trying to heal up from the past. You don't want to bring a bunch of baggage into a new relationship, which is very responsible of you, actually. Now, you do have a new epiphany that's coming up. Oh my gosh. You have a new epiphany that's coming up. This epiphany is that I'll be patient. I'll be patient waiting for that relationship. Why are you being patient waiting for this relationship? I'll tell you why, because with this card, you are going to witness something that goes on in somebody else's relationship. And it may even be in somebody else's relationship where maybe you had a crush on one of those people in that relationship, and that person that you had a crush on is going to be doing something that you're just going to be like, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm not in a relationship, number one, with that person. But also, you know what? I'll wait for the relationship. I'll wait for the right relationship. I will be patient and wait for the right person to show up. You're going to witness something. That's the Ace of Swords. Maybe you already did. I don't know where I am in time. But whatever it is that you witnessed there, this is what inspires that patience. You know what? I'll wait. If it takes 20 years, I'll wait for the right person, rather be with the right person than the wrong one. At the same time, we have this Nine of Pentacles showing up in reverse. This Nine of Pentacles in reverse basically says, you know, I really want to be with somebody. I want to have that experience of being with somebody and see what that is like. So I don't feel like that is going away within the next 30 days. But I also feel like it's like, I would like to know what the experience of a relationship is like, but not that one and not a lot of others. And so I don't see you being in a relationship within the next 30 days. I do see you growing and doing some healing from something from the past. I do see you having an understanding about how important your decision about who to be in a relationship actually is, which brings on that patience. And I do see you still, you know, even with all that, still wishing that that right relationship was already in your life, but you are being patient for the right one. You're not trying to rush it anymore. That's what you're healing up from right now. That would make sense. Yeah, that love game, man, it's a hard one out there. I really do think it's all down to finding the right person for you, the one where you're both compatible with each other. Okay, so now, Daniel. So you're asking me a couple of questions. You want to know if you're getting it. Oh, no, you're saying you are getting a job soon, hopefully, and will you like that job? Ba ba da da ba ba ba. I mean, wow. I don't know if I've ever had anybody ask me if they like a job that they don't know for sure that they've got yet. I'm not sure how I feel about answering that question. Hello there, Milos. Hello, hello. You may not have a general read, but you may ask one specific question. If you want a general read, you would have to book a reading with me off of my website, which is www.amista.info. In fact, I'll put it in the chat. Don't hug them in such a way you get in trouble. That could be a problem. Okay, let's see here. Logan, what are we thinking here, Logan? How do I want to ask this? Is Logan gonna like the next job that he gets? Will Logan like the next job that he gets? Will he enjoy? Will he like the next job that he gets? Will he be happy with this next job that he gets? Um, I mean, I think you're going to be kind of so with it. Your next job shows up as like a second chance. So this would be going into an industry that you were in before, or maybe even getting the same job you had before. Problem is, it doesn't pay enough. Whatever this is does not pay enough. That's my payday card. Either it just doesn't pay enough in general, or else they're not very good at doing the payroll and you have to come back with corrections all the time. 10 of Cups in reverse basically says it's not very happiness making. 10 of Wands talks about that it definitely has a certain amount of responsibility that you should be paid well for. But look at this. You've got the 2 of Cups, which means you're attracted to this type of work. So it's interesting. It doesn't pay well. You're not happy, but you're attracted to this type of work. So it may be that the employer is not that hot. It may be that you want to do this type of work somewhere else and you would be much happier. But here, I would say no. Oh, that makes being paid enough very difficult no matter where you are then. Anybody else have a question or want me to get a message from Sacred Spirit for you guys? I think we've covered everybody in the room. Oh, thank you for the thumbs ups. Everybody who gave me thumbs ups, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, Milos, did you have a question? I haven't answered a question for you yet. Are you here? Or did you dip when I said no, not on the general, but you can ask a question? I don't see a question in there. I think he would have put one in if he would have stayed. All right. Well, I think I have served everybody that has shown up. It's time for me to get out of here. Everybody have a fantastic day. Oh, if you want to be a part of my 5 a.m. Colorado time meditation, which happens every day, feel free to reach out to me at the contact information on the website listed below and ask for that link. I'll be happy to send it to you. And then, of course, if you want a live reading, I do offer live readings, either 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour. If you want me to do Reiki for you, let me know. I do offer Reiki long distance more than in person, although you can get it in person as well. And what else? I also do parties. I go out to people's houses and do little psychic parties and read for everybody at the party if you want me to do that. And what else do I do? If you have a haunted house, I get rid of whatever's haunting your house, whether it's a ghost or something a little uglier. Doesn't matter to me. All right, so that's what I've got. Everybody have a fantastic day. Peace out.